Zi on YouTube, and today we will be making beef noodle soup from Taiwan. So this recipe means a lot to me because my dad is an immigrant from Taiwan, and this is my grandmother's recipe. I'm very happy to share it with you guys. So the issue that I ran into is ingredients availability. I'm very lucky to live in an area with a lot of Asian supermarkets. However, I know that living in the US is difficult to find some ingredients, so I tried to make this traditional, but I don't know, it's still pretty authentic, so you may have some difficulties finding the ingredients. I did not put in any fermented bean sauce during this process, for the only reason that my mother and sister do not like it. Besides that, we shall get on with the video. I'm currently boiling the beef shank. This is to kind of get the cooking process started. So it should look cooked when you look at it. And I'm taking this out and putting it into a bowl when it's done. So after we take it out, I am going to slice it for later in the soup. This is going to be very, very tender after cooking for, I forget how long it was, about 40 minutes at high pressure, because it will really continue to break it down. Now I'm going to add in the beef bones. This is going to be great for building up flavor in the soup. These also should just be simmered, and so while those are simmering, I'm going to cut the beef shank. It should be cut into decently thin slices, but still enough where it would be satisfying to bite into. It may be a little bit bloody and of course very hot, so please be very careful. It being slippery is not a good thing. It makes it very difficult. But anyhow, as you can see, there's a lot of tendon inside. This makes it very great for the, it's a little bit bouncy in a way. It's very delicious, I swear, trust me. If you can't find beef shank, I'm not sure what to tell you. I could look into that more, and I could put that in the description below. So if you don't have beef shank, I will leave stuff in the description. However, please try to find beef shank. You could find it from a butcher most likely, if you can't find it at a supermarket. I'm very lucky to have an Asian supermarket that sells this, along with a regular supermarket that sells this, so you may be able to buy it there. I do want to note that the quality at the Asian supermarket for this type of meat is much higher because it is more commonly used. And that is a more close-up view of the tendon. And okay, now we're moving on again. So yeah, as you can see, it is very bloody. Just make sure to be very careful. I'm using a cleaver for this, which might not have been the best idea. I should have used maybe a serrated knife, but I'm not sure. Really, just try not to cut yourself. I've never caught myself cutting beef shank, but I can see it. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to the bones. These bones have been boiling for around 8-ish minutes. I'm skimming off some of the scum, so it will be a pleasanter taste in the soup. We are going to discard this water, however, so this is not fully necessary. The bones will be rinsed off for any excess scum before being put into the pot. So after the bones are rinsed, we're going to add them directly to the pot, but first we have to saute the vegetables. So into here, we are going to add in the whites of a green onion and some white onion as well. So that's going to be 4 whites of green onions and 2 regular white onions. This is going to be sauteed in an Instant Pot. I am using an Instant Pot in this video. However, this can be substituted for a regular saucepan for the sauteing and a regular pressure cooker for the pressure cooking part. Just make sure to use a very tall pot for this, preferably a wok. And I'm going to add in some garlic. I forgot to record this in the video, but I did add in, I want to say, 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. And now we're going to add in rock sugar and ginger slices. If you do not have rock sugar, that is fine. Just substitute for some white sugar. Next, we're going to add in light soy sauce, which will add most of the saltiness in this. We're also going to add in dark soy sauce eventually. Dark soy sauce is actually less salty than light soy sauce, and is used mostly for color. So if you see the color of the soup, that's mostly from dark soy sauce. As you see, we're just going to mix around the light soy sauce before adding in the dark soy sauce in a few seconds. Make sure to read the bottle labels for the differentiating between these two types of soy sauce. And for curiosity, light soy sauce might be labeled as regular soy sauce or just soy sauce. It is only dark soy sauce some of the time that is labeled as dark. Your basic Kikoman soy sauce is light soy sauce. Next, we're going to add in our beef shank that we have so carefully sliced, and this will be mixed around to be coated by the sauce. And then we're going to add in the bones again in a little bit. We're adding in the bones right then and there. And let's see what we're doing next. Next, we're going to add in some tomatoes. These were from a can, but it is preferable to use fresh tomatoes that were blanched and then skinned. It is important to skin the tomatoes so you do not have skin in your broth. Now I'm adding in about 4 cups of water, but I'm probably going back for another round. Just make sure that the bones and beef shank is covered by those water. That's the main part of this. This is going to be what creates our soup and is going to be the flavor. So all these ingredients are going to go into the soup. Next, we are going to start with the herbs. So there's many herbs that is used in beef noodle soup. One is star anise or star anise. It is very important. It provides a lot of flavor. Another spice is going to be Sichuan peppercorns. These are great for adding a little bit of a peppery and kind of tangy sensation to it, along with a stick of cinnamon. If you don't have a stick of cinnamon, you can add in some ground cinnamon. That is also okay. Next, we will be starting it on the pressure cook option and setting the pressure level to high. This is with an Instant Pot. I'm not sure how this would work with a different type of pressure cooker. But yeah, if you need help with that, I would recommend looking at your owner's manual, or possibly just looking online for help with it. We are going to be cooking this for 40 minutes, and like I said again, on high pressure, as it already is on. So this will be cooked and then ventilated afterwards to stop the pressure. And I do really like Instant Pots because of their versatility, but if you do not have one, that is also completely fine. As you can see, we are venting this now after it has finished. Okay, next we are going to boil some water and add in our Shanghai bok choy. We are not going to want to fully cook this or really cook it. This is just to quickly cook it, so cook it for about 4 minutes. This will leave it still crispy and fresh and will be a great addition to your bowl of soup. And yeah, please note that it is going to be crispy. It should not be fully soft. Next, we are going to cook our noodles. I am using dried Langzhou noodles, but you can use any type of noodle that you would want that is an Asian dried noodle, or you could also use fresh. Just boil and cook these according to the package instructions. My family in Taiwan really likes the thick noodles, but I prefer the thin ones. Really just go with the noodle type based on your preference. So as I'm cooking these noodles, I've put the bok choy down in a bowl in my assembly area, and I've also chopped up some scallions that will be used. So as you can see, I'm taking the noodles and placing it into my bowl. We will then be seasoning the noodles with some sesame oil and black vinegar. These add a lot of flavor to your noodles and really make a difference. If you are allergic to sesame, you are completely fine to skip this step. Along with earlier, if you are allergic to peanuts, you could use a different type of oil instead of peanut oil. So as we go on, this is going to be nearing the end. I forgot to record myself putting the broth and meat into the noodles, so I will just instruct you verbally. First, spoon in the broth over top the noodles, and then take the pieces of sliced beef shank out and place it along the side. This will provide for a great aesthetical view. I will soon be taking this bowl and putting in the soup. The soup should be quite almost thick in a way, but not quite. Very creamy, but if that's a way to describe it. And it should be dark, almost a dark brown or reddish color, as it is now. I've also put the scallions on top as a garnish. Next, we will add in the bok choy, which will add for a great amount of crunchiness and freshness to this dish. And after the bok choy is added in, I am going to add a tad bit more scallions for an added crunch and color. This dish is a great dish for the winter and is a group favorite in my family. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.